The universe was calm. For centuries, alien civilizations, with their advanced technology, ruled the galaxy. They thought nothing could challenge them. The galaxy was full of power, knowledge, and peace. But that was before the storm. A mysterious cosmic storm, unlike anything the universe had ever seen, suddenly appeared on the outer edges of the galaxy. No one knew where it had come from, or what caused it. Its presence alone was terrifying. It was a force of nature so powerful that it could wipe out entire planets, tearing apart anything in its path. As the storm spread through the universe, panic spread with it. Every corner of space was affected. Civilizations that had relied on their cutting-edge technologies to protect them now found themselves helpless. Advanced AI systems, once thought invincible, were hacked and shut down within seconds. Ships with cloaking devices, built to remain undetected, were easily spotted and destroyed. Even the most fortified space stations and colonies on distant planets were unable to defend themselves against the storm's overwhelming force. Aliens, who had once ruled with an iron fist, were now scattered and afraid. The storm disabled the highest tech systems, leaving the powerful civilizations vulnerable and uncertain. Their most trusted technologies, which had always been their biggest strength, were now their biggest weakness. Nothing worked. Weapons failed, shields collapsed, and communication systems went silent. The most technologically advanced species in the galaxy were now nothing more than victims of a force they could neither understand nor control. In the midst of this chaos, one ship was still operational. A human ship, the Vanguard. The crew of the Vanguard, led by Captain Evan Harris, was on a distant mission far from Earth when they received distress signals from the nearest planetary system. They had been investigating a new energy source when they first saw the storm in the distance. At first, they thought it was a regular space phenomenon, something they had studied in theory, but when they saw the destruction it left behind, they realized this was no ordinary storm. The ship's AI, still functional thanks to human ingenuity, ran the calculations. It was clear, the storm would soon engulf them. But instead of retreating, Captain Harris made a daring decision. He ordered the crew to steer the Vanguard directly into the heart of the storm. This was not a decision made lightly. Every alien race in the galaxy, with all their advanced technology, had failed to even slow down the storm. But Harris had a different idea. He believed that if they could reach the core of the storm, they could find a way to harness its power. It was humanity's last hope, not just for survival, but for something greater. They were the only species in the galaxy who had not yet fully explored the storm, and they might be the only ones who could. As the ship approached the storm's edge, the crew watched in awe and fear as they saw the raw power of the cosmic storm for the first time up close. The ship's hull rattled as the storm's energy waves hit them, but they managed to stay on course. The crew worked tirelessly, each member aware that this could be their final mission. The storm's swirling chaos surrounded them, dark clouds of energy flashing with violent force, and massive lightning strikes that could tear through anything in seconds. Yet, the Vanguard pushed forward. In those moments, the crew realized something strange. Unlike the alien civilizations, humans didn't rely solely on technology. They used ingenuity, creativity, and courage. The storm might be destroying everything in its path, but humans weren't ready to give up just yet. They had one shot at something extraordinary. For the audience, this is where the suspense peaks. With the entire universe crumbling around them, the humans aboard the Vanguard are the last line of defense. The storm is no longer just a disaster, it is an opportunity. The crew's mission is not only to survive but to turn this cosmic catastrophe into a weapon that could change the balance of power in the entire galaxy. The tension built steadily as the crew neared their destination. The question remained, could they harness the storm's energy before it destroyed them all? Only time would tell. For centuries, humanity had been the underdog. Against alien forces that boasted superior technology, advanced weapons, and powerful fleets, humans had never stood a chance. Time and time again, they had been outmatched, forced to watch as alien civilizations crushed them under the weight of their overwhelming power. But now, for the first time, things were different. The crew of the Vanguard had ventured into the heart of the cosmic storm, and what they discovered there would change everything. As the storm raged around them, the humans aboard the Vanguard worked tirelessly to harness its raw energy. Using their advanced technology, the crew of engineers and scientists quickly realized that the storm's power could be converted into something even more extraordinary. What seemed like an unstoppable force of nature could be used as a weapon, one unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen before. The energy extracted from the storm was volatile and dangerous, but when combined with Earth's technology, it formed a new kind of weapon, something powerful enough to rival even the most advanced alien fleets. The humans had created a weapon that could not only destroy enemy ships but also disrupt the alien forces' communication and navigation systems. It was a game changer. With this new weapon, humanity was no longer powerless. The first test came when the alien forces, unaware of the humans' sudden turn of events, launched an attack on Earth. They believed their technological superiority would ensure an easy victory, as it always had. But they were wrong. As the alien ships approached, humanity unleashed the weapon they had created from the storm's energy. The results were immediate and devastating. Alien ships, once thought invulnerable, were torn apart in seconds. The new weapon's energy waves were unlike anything the aliens had ever faced. Ships that had once been able to withstand the most powerful attacks now crumpled like paper. The storm's energy, when harnessed, had given the humans an edge they had never dreamed possible. The shockwave of the weapon's impact rippled through the alien fleets, and for the first time in centuries, humanity wasn't just fighting for survival, they were winning. Alien commanders, who had once looked down on humans as insignificant, were now forced to reconsider their position. The fear and confusion among the alien forces were palpable. They had never imagined that humans could be a real threat, but now they were feeling the weight of their mistake. The moment was a turning point. The humans had used their intellect, their courage, and their creativity to defeat the odds. They had found a way to turn the storm's devastating power into their greatest advantage. This victory wasn't just about defeating one alien fleet. It was a message to the entire galaxy: humanity was no longer the underdog. For the audience, this was the ultimate payoff. After watching humanity struggle and face defeat after defeat, they now witnessed an unexpected victory. The aliens, who had been so confident in their superiority, were now facing the realization that humans were not to be underestimated. The balance of power in the galaxy had shifted, and for the first time, the humans had the upper hand. The fear in the eyes of the alien commanders was unmistakable. They had been caught off guard by the ingenuity of humanity. This was a victory that no one, not even the humans themselves, had expected. But now, with their new weapon, humanity was poised to take back what had been taken from them for so long. The audience felt the rush of triumph and the hope that, against all odds, humanity might just have what it takes to defeat the alien powers once and for all. This was the beginning of a new era, a time when humanity would no longer be the prey but the hunters. The storm had not only provided them with a weapon, but also with the power to change the course of the galaxy. The aliens' reign was about to come to an end, and humanity was ready to lead the charge. The final war had begun. The battle for survival, for the future of humanity, was no longer a distant hope, it was happening now. With their new weapon and the strength of their intelligence, humanity had declared war on the alien forces that had once been so confident in their superiority. The aliens, who had expected their technological advantage to keep them at the top, were now facing an entirely different kind of enemy, one that had learned, adapted, and fought back with unimaginable force. The space battle was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. Massive starships, once thought invulnerable, were now falling from the sky in blazing streaks. Orbital bombardments lit up the void as human ships launched precise strikes against alien strongholds. As the alien fleets tried to retaliate, the humans used gravity manipulation devices, turning the very forces of nature against them. The effect was stunning. Alien ships were crushed under the immense pressure of manipulated gravity fields, their hulls bending and breaking apart like paper. But it wasn't just the large-scale battles that made this war so intense, it was the personal sacrifices. As the humans pushed forward, their victory came at a cost. In the heart of the battle, the fate of the war seemed uncertain. It was during this critical moment that Bonner, one of the bravest human soldiers, made the ultimate sacrifice. Bonner had been part of the original crew of the Vanguard, the ship that had ventured into the storm and harnessed its power. He had seen the horrors of war, watched his comrades fall, and felt the weight of the mission on his shoulders. As the war raged on, Bonner knew that the final victory would come at a cost, one that he was willing to pay. In a daring move, Bonner charged toward an alien flagship, determined to deliver the final blow. The enemy was too strong, and the flagship's defenses were nearly impenetrable. But Bonner's courage was unmatched. With a final cry, he activated a manual override, detonating an explosive device that sent the alien ship spiraling into destruction. The explosion was massive, shaking the entire battlefield and dealing a fatal blow to the alien fleet. Bonner's sacrifice turned the tide of the battle. His team, inspired by his bravery, launched a final offensive that pushed the aliens back. But his death was not in vain, it had given humanity the victory they so desperately needed. In the midst of the chaos, humanity's new weapon and the combined strength of their fleet made the difference. The aliens, now leaderless and demoralized, were forced to retreat. The emotional weight of Bonner's sacrifice was felt deeply by the audience. His death symbolized the ultimate cost of victory, one that wasn't just paid in lives but in the very soul of humanity. But as the battle raged on, there was a sense of triumph in the air. The humans had fought back against impossible odds, and now they stood on the brink of victory. The war was far from over, but they had proven that no alien force could defeat the resilience and strength of humanity. As the alien forces retreated into the depths of space, humanity's fleet took control of the galaxy. It wasn't just a military victory, it was a statement. The universe had underestimated humans, but now they knew, humanity was a force to be reckoned with. And the galaxy would never be the same again. The final confrontation had come and gone, and humanity had emerged victorious. The alien forces, once thought to be unstoppable, had been defeated, and the galaxy was now forever changed. But while the war was over, the journey for humanity was just beginning. The victory over the alien forces had opened up a new chapter in history, one where humans were no longer the underdogs, but a powerful force in their own right. Harnessing the energy of the cosmic storm had not only given humanity the weapon to defeat their enemies, but it had also unlocked the potential for technological advancements beyond anything anyone had imagined. The storm's power had enhanced their defense systems and opened new doors in energy manipulation, allowing humanity to build weapons, ships, and defenses that could rival even the most advanced civilizations. But it wasn't just about defense, it was about leadership. The humans had proven to the galaxy that they were capable of not just surviving, but thriving. In the aftermath of the war, the galaxy looked on with a mixture of fear and respect. The alien empires, once supreme in their technological dominance, now found themselves in the shadows. Humanity had taken their place at the top of the cosmic hierarchy. The fear they had once instilled in others was now turned inward, as they realized that the universe was no longer theirs to control. At the center of this transformation was Captain Adrian Matthews, the fearless leader of the Vanguard, the ship that had ventured into the heart of the cosmic storm and unlocked humanity's potential. Captain Matthews, who had once been just another soldier, had now become a symbol of humanity's strength. His leadership, intelligence, and unwavering dedication had led humanity to victory, and now, he stood as the most respected and feared individual in the galaxy. The captain, who had watched countless comrades fall in battle, was now the embodiment of hope for the future. His crew, his soldiers, and his people had all sacrificed so much to get here, but now, they could see the fruits of their labor. Earth had gone from a fragile, isolated planet to the center of a galactic superpower. No longer would humanity be looked down upon. They had earned their place. But with power came responsibility. As humanity began to shape their new future, they knew that they could no longer afford to remain passive. The galaxy was vast, and now that humanity was at the top, they had a new role to play. They weren't just survivors anymore, they were leaders. The lessons of the past, the wars, the losses, and the sacrifices, would guide them as they moved forward into a new era. The final moments of the story brought an air of hope and determination. With the fall of the alien empires and the rise of humanity, the universe now had to contend with a new superpower. But unlike the alien civilizations that had sought to dominate and destroy, humanity had the opportunity to build a future based on cooperation, exploration, and progress. The story ended on a note of optimism and potential, reflecting the classic, good versus evil, theme. Humanity had triumphed over the forces of evil, represented by the alien empires and the oppressive AI systems, and now they had the chance to shape their destiny. As Captain Matthews looked out at the stars, a sense of calm washed over him. The war was over, but the real journey, the one that would define humanity's place in the universe, was just beginning. The universe was vast, and humanity had only just begun to explore it. But no matter what challenges lay ahead, the galaxy knew one thing for sure: humanity would not back down. They had earned their place, and they were here to stay.